Hello, and welcome to the start of a series I wanted to pursue on this channel where every month I just take a song I love and analyze the hell out of it. The editing here might be a bit more minimal, but I promise the analysis will be just as deep. I felt this was a good idea so that I could have some consistency to my uploads while I muster up the motivation to tackle bigger endeavors like my analysis of full albums or the deep dive into Kate Wirtz's Crow Killer Season 1 that I've put on the back burner for now. Plus, it can't hurt to push out more Car Seat Headrest content if my last two videos are still popping off. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you haven't seen those and you end up enjoying this, go give them a watch, or maybe even subscribe. Just a thought. Anyways, the formalities are over. For this month, I'll be talking about the song I Want You to Know That I'm Awake / I Hope You're Asleep by Car Seat Headrest off the band's 2014 album, How to Leave Town. Before we get into the actual content of the song, I think it's important that we take a bit of a wider look at the album's themes first. The concept and general idea is pretty self-explanatory, being Will figuring out how to leave his hometown, placed in a transitional stage of life. Song topics range from joyous and ironic ballads about how great America is, to songs about Will losing faith in his musical idols, with references spanning from a Modest Mouse song to the final line of the end of Evangelion. This song, however, focuses on a relationship. I'm not sure if it's based off of a real relationship or a fictional one, but at the very least, I don't think it's the one outlined in Twin Fantasy, even if this one is just as dysfunctional. The song opens with Will's distorted voice, singing, "Bullshit, love, bullshit, love, it's bullshit." I'm not allowed to have feelings. Feelings are complicated. I'm a stupid, ugly, stuttering asshole, and there's no dignity in my anger. Will invalidates his own feelings, trying to drown them out as he recognizes that the anger he feels would complicate the relationship. Whether this anger is really deserved or not, we don't entirely know, but Will wishes that it could be nicer. It could be prettier. He can't find a way to healthily express how he's feeling. This seems to harken back to lyrics from an earlier song on the album, hold on. How do you... Mm-hmm.
こんにちは。
Hi.
Today's quick Japanese phrase is 気持ち悪い.
Kamochiwaru, notably the idea of he's trapped between trying to accept the feelings that he has and finding a better way to express them. This leads directly into the next few lines. Mind if I cough in your ear all night? Mind if I resent you for a year tonight? I am not the type of man who can fall asleep in someone else's arms. All of these trapped feelings build into a quiet resentment and make Will close himself off towards his lover. He can't fall asleep in their arms. As established in my Monomania essay, which you should go watch, Will often uses sleep, especially when shared with someone, as an indicator of deep intimacy and sharing your true self with someone. I also note that possibly changing the phrasing to falling asleep in their hands rather than arms might indicate that Will feels trapped when with them, or like he's under their control, given the similar phrasing to being in the palm of someone's hand. Sometimes I love you, but it's hard to say. There are times when I don't know. I can't know anything in this way. Will's insistence that he loves this person begins to falter as the lines go on and on, going from a firm proclamation to a sometimes, to an admission that at times he can't bring himself to feel any love for anything at all. Like I've hinted towards, this album sees Will at a very rough time in his life, one defined by disconnect with himself, disillusionment with the world, and a bunch of other issues that are bound to degrade away at his mental health. This leaves him finding it harder and harder to show compassion, to express love, to withhold his anger, even for the people he knows he cares deeply about. Will attempts over and over to say a full sentence, to speak the title out, but he can't seem to find the right words. He's just aware, he's awake, but at the same time, he hopes they're asleep, unaware. So he can fix it, save the relationship. I think that's why he cuts himself off rather than finishing and directly stating the problem. The other reason is showcased in the next few lines, but I think there's more to it than that. Will, on another track from this album, says, Will here, in this song, is different from the Will that's in the relationship. Here, he can speak with poetry and grace, is able to be more honest. But when speaking to his lover, when he's feeling these emotions, he can't bring himself to say anything, feeling stupid or the complications that it might bring.
2 days ago it was really bad. I couldn't get my head straight all day, and everything you said seemed to have an edge. You were disappointed and I didn't know why. Eventually it came to a head. It was something as stupid as making coffee. You said it was a mistake to ever try and help me. When you went in the kitchen, I drove off to go buy some stuff, which was a mistake because I didn't want to come back. I just sat in the parking lot and dabbed at my thumb, which is bleeding for some reason, leaving a trail of red blossoms on my napkin. I felt sick and I didn't know what to do. How long would it be before I could face you?
Will gives us the first insight to an actual exchange between him and his lover, at a time where Will couldn't seem to get himself in order and felt like maybe that they were upset with him. This could be either because of the building bottled emotions, or maybe it was still in Will's head, since he can't seem to find a reason they would be upset. It all comes to a head, and they tell Will it was a mistake to ever try and help him. A remark which no doubt cut deep and probably played into Will's inability to express himself to them. Because his feelings always come out so ugly, he just bottles them up instead of finding a healthier way to communicate. After this, Will drives away and hides in a parking lot, avoiding the situation. He picks at his thumb to cope with the stress and anxiety without realizing. Picking at skin to quell anxiety, possibly akin to the reactions he has to feelings like anxiety or depression that end up coming out in outbursts towards his partner. He even talks about writing an angry song that he had to hide from them, supporting my suggestion from earlier that the Will here in this song is much more open to discussing his issues, and is not the same Will that's around his lover. He's just way more able to be open in his art than he is with real people. And with that sentiment, we end the first half of the song and enter the second half.
Michael and Brian broke up today, but we're not like them. No, we're nothing like them. Frankie and Eva broke up today, but we're not like them. No, we're nothing like them. Felice and Wendy broke up today, but we're not like them. No, nothing like them. John and Yoko separated for a year, but we're not like them. No, nothing like them.
Will begins to list off famous pairs of people that led tumultuous relationships, and declares that he and his partner are nothing like them. They won't break up. They're going to get through this rough patch. he's so sure that he can fix himself. Or maybe he's sure that holding in all that anger will fix everything, that it'll eventually work. He doesn't know for sure that they're nothing like them. He can only hope that this will be different. They're still asleep. That he can fix things. Alright, well, thanks for watching. I'll be doing this again once a month, and my next few uploads should be conclusions to the Twin Fantasy narrative that I've been working on in my last 2 videos, or a Crow Killers Season 1 deep dive. And if you haven't read Crow Killers, this is the perfect time for you to go read it. Go to lamezone.net. It's a comic by Kate Wirtz, who you might be familiar with because she collaborated with Car Seat Headrest a good amount on album art. If you haven't read it, please go read it. It's amazing. I'm going to be doing a whole like super long deep dive on all the themes and everything in there. It's going to take a while. It's probably going to end up being over an hour long once I'm done editing it. But anyways, subscribe, like anything. See you next time.